Hey friends, I have some super exciting news for you, a super exciting announcement at the end of this broadcast. But before we get into that, I want to ask you, how many of you have tried a diet or a fitness program before and didn't get the results that you were looking for? You can type it in the comments if you like, but my guess is all of us, right? And so that's why I wanted to get on and share with you these 5 strategies for fat loss while gaining confidence and crushing your goals, because we've all been there. I've been there. I absolutely feel you. Let me tell you a little bit of a story about me and my personal experience, my personal journey with this. So after I had baby number 2, I had about 30 pounds that I needed to lose. It was a compound of, I didn't lose the weight from baby number 1. I gained a little bit more weight with all of the stress and all of the things going on. And then I had the weight from baby number 2. So this all added up to this big 30-pound goal that I needed to lose. And at this point, I had studied exercise science in college. I knew tons about nutrition. I was absolutely in love with nutrition and with exercise science, and I knew so much about it. I was a triathlete and I was a certified personal trainer, and I struggled to lose the weight. And it was super frustrating because here I am, I have all these expertise, I have all this knowledge, and yet I was not able to lose the weight. And it wasn't until I brought together all of these elements that I'm going to share with you today that I was finally able to make that big drop, to get my confidence back, to lose the rest of the baby weight that I was trying to lose, and to really get kind of back into that body, that before baby body that I was looking for. And I had lost a little bit of weight kind of along the way, but nothing that was really moving me towards my goal. Once I brought these strategies together, I lost 15 pounds in 8 weeks. And it was easy. I wasn't killing myself with the workouts. I wasn't starving myself. I was just bringing these elements together, and it made losing the weight easy. So that's why I wanted to share these strategies with you today. Now, before we get into that, I want to know a little bit about your journey. So in the comments below, post something that, think back to a time when you were doing something that was working really well for you, fitness or nutrition wise. And I want you to tell me in the comments, what were you doing then that was contributing to your success that you're not doing now? Okay. And if you're watching the replay, put it in the comments as well. I do watch these comments 48 hours plus more. I definitely want to hear from you. I want to hear about your journey and what's worked for you. So put that in the comments below. All right. Now, before we get into those 5 strategies, for those of you that are hopping on early with me, I have a bonus strategy. So you're going to get 6 strategies, and we'll start with our bonus strategy. So bonus strategy is mindset. Okay. The mind is such a powerful tool. Maybe you know that already, maybe you don't, but mindset is such a huge factor in our success. So pardon me, guys. I have this little cold that my kids brought home from school. So that's why I sound like this. All right. So for your mindset, if you want to be successful, 2 things that I'm going to recommend with mindset. 1, you need to absolutely have confidence in yourself and that you can do this. Now, and if you're hopping on, feel free to throw a comment there so I know who's here and how I can help you. All right, guys. So 1, knowing that you can do this. All right. And even if that is a false confidence, okay, even if it's you're telling yourself, I 100% got this, or you 100% got this, even if you don't believe it on day 1, you need to be telling yourself that, okay? Because if your internal dialogue is, oh man, it's just going to be like every other time that I've tried to do this, I'm not going to be successful, you're probably right, okay? Whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. Okay, so even if you don't have that confidence, you have to fake it. You have to tell yourself 100% you got this. If you're one of my athletes, you also know to talk to yourself like a coach. So talk to yourself like that. You say, you got this. Amber, you can do this. So talk in the third person. For some reason, our minds are more apt to listen to that than when you say, I've got this. Okay, so talking the third person. And then the other side of mindset is you have to commit. So you can decide to do something. You can decide, hey, I want to do this fitness program, or I want to do this diet. That doesn't mean you're committed. Okay, so once you've decided that you're going to do whatever program it is you're going to do, then I want you to 100% commit. Okay, that's the other side of mindset we'll talk about today. All right, let's move on to our 5 core strategies then. So the first one is accountability. This one is huge, and not having the proper accountability just absolutely wrecks a lot of people's progress, because they'll get in this mindset of, oh, I'll start tomorrow. Oh, if I didn't follow it today, I'll just do better tomorrow. Oh, nobody's paying attention, so I could just not do it, right? Accountability is huge. There's so many ways you can get this accountability. I recommend a couple of things. Number 1, have a success partner or a success team. Okay, so that is a group of people in your life that you see regularly. So maybe it's a coworker, maybe it is a significant other, maybe it is your brother or your sister or your mom or your best friend. And you are going to go to that person and tell them your goals, what you want to accomplish. And then you're going to tell them how you are doing that. What are the standards that you're setting for yourself, that you're setting for your nutrition, that you're setting for your exercise? And then, pardon me, guys, then you're going to give them permission to help you. Okay, so if you know what you need is your coworker to tell you at lunch, hey, you're not going to have that cookie from the break room. You're doing something for yourself right now, and I'm supporting you. Then give them permission to do that. Or if what you need is a workout buddy, and you know, hey, your best friend is at the gym at 6 a.m. every day, you're going to tell them, you're going to send me a text every day to make sure that I'm awake and I'm coming to meet you. So however they can help you, you're going to give them permission to do that. Permission to call you out, or permission to, gently nudge you in the right direction, whatever it is that you need. Okay. So that's success partner, success teams. Okay. The next one is a supportive community. Again, lots of ways you can go on this. There's lots of supportive groups on Facebook. So if that is something that you're looking for, I can definitely help you guys find some of those resources. But it really helps to be a part of a community of people that are going through what you're going through. They have the same goals. They have the same plan. They have the same struggles, and you guys can all support each other and work together towards what you want to do. This one, you think about it, you are the combination of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So if the people that are around you all the time, they are not working towards those same goals that you are, you need to bring some people into your life that are. That's how you're going to be successful. The final one is having a coach. So this is what I do for my clients, and having a coach is huge on the accountability level for so many reasons. One, you have somebody who has been there, who knows how to navigate the minefield and knows how to help you. So when you're having struggles, when you're having a bad day, when you're not sure what to do, when you have questions, you have somebody that can help you keep moving forward. And then again, they are that accountability. They are that person who can check in with you and be like, hey, I see that, you made this commitment to do these exercises, to follow this nutrition plan, and it didn't happen. Talk to me. What's going on? It's crazy how much of a difference having a coach makes. I've had so many clients be like, oh man, the only reason I got up to work out today was I didn't want to tell you that I didn't do it, right? Or the only reason that I skipped that bowl of candy at my in-laws' house was I didn't want to put out my food log and have to explain to Coach Amber. Okay, so getting a coach can be huge. All right, so that is our accountability factor. Number 2, intermittent fasting. I am a huge proponent of intermittent fasting, and it's not in a crazy aggressive way. Don't let that buzzword sound intimidating. It is so simple. It is so simple, and I'll explain to you how to incorporate it to get it working for you without it being a big deal. Okay, so part of the idea behind this is that traditionally, in the past, our ancestors, they didn't have food available all the time. And so it helps our metabolism run better, to have variances in when we have our food and when we don't have food. There's also things on a cellular level that happen that, thank you for the thumbs up. Definitely throw any questions or comments below so I know who's here. So a couple things on the cellular level with fasting. That is when your body is able to repair. So it's really good for longevity. Something that happens is called cellular apoptosis, which is programmed cell death. So that's when your body gets rid of cells that it doesn't need. Now, one thing that's kind of cool, if fat loss is a big thing for you, you may have heard that, once you make these new fat cells, they never go away. And I know when I first heard that, I was like, what? It doesn't make any sense, And it is true to an extent. They do stick around, and it is an issue that you have to deal with if you go through a big weight loss. But this cellular apoptosis, that is the time when your body is getting rid of cells that it doesn't need, cells that are damaged. And so that is a time when you can be getting rid of those fat cells that your body no longer needs, okay? So super cool bonus there. It doesn't have to be complicated, guys. All you have to do, the number one thing, and this is what I have all clients do, is have 12 hours between dinner and breakfast. That's it. Okay, you're sleeping for most of your fast. This one is a really, really simple one to implement, and you get most of those benefits of fasting, and it doesn't even feel like you're fasting. Okay, so I recommend 12 hours between dinner and breakfast every day. Okay, you're gonna find in general that you just feel better. Your digestive system feels better, feels more cleared out. You're going to find that it helps with inflammation. Okay, so that's number one. Now the next one, number two, and it's the only other one I'm going to share with you today, and that is going to be a longer fast once a week. And that's 24 to 36 hours. You can try something a little shorter. 24 sounds intimidating. Do 18, do 14, just go 2 hours longer than your normal dinner to breakfast, okay? But I found that you see really profound health benefits when you bring it to that 24 to 36 hours. Something about that extra rest period just really gives your body time to repair, to deal with inflammation. And so especially with body composition, and if longevity is a goal of yours, aging gracefully, aging in health, I recommend adding that as well. The fasting is a really big tool for longevity. And again, it's not challenging. It comes back to that mindset of, okay, I've had dinner, then you're going to sleep, and I'm just not going to eat again until dinner the next day. Okay. It can be as simple as that. And when you commit to it, it's not challenging. The first one may be the hardest one because you haven't done it before, but once you've done it, you realize this is so easy. And one of the things that I love about the fasting is I've heard clients say, I feel like I have mastery over food. I feel like food was in charge of me, like it was dictating my behaviors, and now I'm in charge. I got that back. And so that is a huge thing that I love about the fasting. And it gives you the confidence to know that you're in control and you can stick with those nutrition guidelines that you've set for yourself. If you can fast for 24 hours, no problem eating, your clean foods and time your nutrients, right? Okay. So that is number 2, intermittent fasting. Number 3 is that nutrient timing. And for nutrient timing, I personally like to use carb back loading. That's what I like to use with my clients. There's other strategies that work well with this as well, but I found that the carb back loading is easiest. And with my endurance athletes, it allows them to have enough carbohydrates to restore their glycogen in their muscles and be ready for another hard workout the next day. So that's another thing I like about it. If you're very active, I think carb back loading is a really good strategy. So again, it's so simple. Think 1, 2, 3. Okay. So at breakfast, you're going to have a high protein, high fat breakfast and just a small amount of carbs. The carbs here, it's going to be a small serving and they're going to have lots of fiber. A good choice would be something like blackberries because they're really high in antioxidants. They have a really good fiber. So that could be something you could add in as your carbs. That's your 1. Okay. Then at lunch, that is the 2. So still you're going to have, vegetables. Like what I like to do is a big salad, throw on some protein. Maybe it's an egg or maybe it's some meat. And then you can add like some beans or some rice or maybe a sweet potato. So a little bit more carbs there at lunch. And then you're going to have the majority of your carbohydrates at dinner. So that's where you're going to have, more of like your rice or your pasta or your sweet potato or whatever it is that you have for carbohydrates. And I know I talked about this on one of the other videos a little bit, so we won't talk about too much about the science behind it. But if you are interested in the science behind it, I'll put a link in the comments below of a blog post I wrote about how it works. But I love this strategy because it works with your hormone cycles. And so it supports healthy hormones, which for a lot of people, having dysfunctional hormone patterns is preventing them from losing weight. So if we can get those hormones cycling properly again by how we're eating, then that's going to make a really big difference. Okay. All right. That was number 3. So that's the nutrient timing, for which we're using the carb backloading. Okay. And then the next one is proper exercise stimulus. So you already know that you need exercise. Okay. That's not why I'm throwing this in here. Why I'm throwing this in here is a lot of times we're not doing the right things. Okay. I feel like I see 2 things typically that people are doing that are not helping them reach their goals. Number 1 is too much long, slow cardio. Okay. I'm sure you guys have all seen it. You go into the gym and you see the people they're just reading a magazine and they're leisurely biking or they're leisurely walking, and you see them every day for years. And they don't change. And that's because the stimulus isn't the right stimulus to help you lose weight. It is great for you, for your health, that you're moving your body and that you're getting out there. But having all cardio at this low intensity level it's not going to help you reach your goals. It's not likely. Okay. It's not the best way to approach it. Now there's the flip side of that. And that is everything is all out crazy. Okay. You are going 1000%. 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and then you blow out your knee or you tear your shoulder or whatever happens and you get injured, okay? So there is a happy medium. What we need to be doing is something in the middle, okay? We need to include 2 elements. We need our strength training and we need our cardio. Let's talk about the strength training first. So strength training, super important. And hopefully you've heard this by now, but I still get a lot of women saying, I don't want to lift weights. I don't want to get bulky. I don't want to lift heavy. You're not going to get bulky. One, you'd have to be on a specific protocol, both in how you're lifting those weights and how you're eating if you wanted to gain size as a woman. Okay. What you are going to do is you're going to sculpt and tone the muscles. So that's going to help you actually get the look that you want, that strong, healthy body that you want once you lose the weight. And 2, more importantly, when it comes to the fat loss portion, is you're going to be building that metabolically active muscle. There we go. So muscle is going to burn more calories at rest. And then also those strength sessions, even though you'll burn less calories in the session itself, you are going to be burning more calories afterwards as your body rebuilds and repairs from that session. So those sessions become very important. Let's talk about our cardio. So I mentioned that we don't want to just be leisurely, not engaged with our cardio, but we do want to do cardio. Cardio is very important for your cardiovascular health, and it is great for torching calories. Okay. What I recommend is a combination of different types of cardio. So one session that is great when you're improving your body composition is fasted sprint intervals. Okay. Don't let them sound scary. They're very simple. They're very short. And all it is first thing in the morning before you have breakfast, you're going to go out. You're going to do these intervals where you give it your all, and then you're going to have a little recovery. And if you have time, then we'll do that long, slow, leisurely walk or easy run or easy bike. And super cool what happens with this. So when we do those fasted intervals, what happens is your body releases fat from your fat stores in the form of free fatty acids. And because you're fasted, that is what your body wants to use as fuel. Now here's the really, really cool part. When you're doing that long, slow cardio after your fasted intervals, that's when your body likes to use lots of fat for fuels. So all of those free fatty acids that have been released into the bloodstream, your body's going to be using those to fuel that long slow cardio. And so if you can include that portion, it's really good. It helps prevent something called fat reesterification. All that means is if those free fatty acids don't get used, your body's going to put them back into fat storage. So we want to unlock them and we want to use them. So that's one of my favorite sessions for improving body composition and improving it quickly. The other types of sessions that we would use high intensity intervals. So similar to those fasted intervals, but they're going to be a little different. We'll play with the interval times. I like to use tempo workouts. So tempo workouts, they're going to be at a higher intensity, but they're at a sustainable higher intensity. And then we will have some of those nice, easy, go out for a hike, go out for a walk, because those are great as well. It just uses different energy systems. So we're really going to be mixing it up. But when you bring all of these together, that is when you're going to see a really successful program where you're able to see those body composition changes that you're looking for while being safe, while being sustainable, while not ending up with an injury. Okay, so that is number 4, which was proper exercise stimulus. Number 5, working towards a goal beyond weight loss. Ooh, you heard that one before? So I thought it was really interesting. A while back, I heard this study that said that people who have a goal beyond just fitting into a smaller dress size, just losing some weight, they were more successful. So I highly recommend picking a goal that is not just a number on the scale or not just, the clothes in your closet. Picking a goal that you relate to emotionally that's going to help keep you accountable. Now, 2 things we can do with this. 1, I think we'll have to do a separate video because it takes a little bit more time, but that's finding a reason that really resonates with you on a really deep personal level, okay? Number 2, though, we are going to talk about today, and because it's one of my favorites, and that is picking a race goal, okay? Now, don't let that sound scary, okay? It could be a 5K. It could be a splash and dash triathlon. It can be an all-women's ride that you think sounds really fun, but maybe you never had the confidence to sign up for. Okay. The reason that I really like the race goal is a couple reasons. 1, it gives you a firm deadline. Okay. So if you do not stick with your exercise program, that race day is going to come and you are not going to be ready. Okay, that race day deadline is not moving. It gives you a firm deadline, and that really helps with the accountability level. Number 2, and this is why I was saying that these 5 strategies are not just about fat loss, it's about building confidence and crushing your goals. And that is because I think that going after those races, they build that confidence. They really, they show you how powerful and amazing you are. And so that's why I love having my clients pick a race goal. It shows you that sorry guys. It shows you what you can accomplish. It shows you how amazing you are. Look at, you did something that most other people can't do, and you're on your fitness journey or you're on your weight loss journey. And so what I found is that it just helps you build confidence. And I think that is such a key part of this whole fitness and this whole weight loss journey. It's not just about losing weight, right? And it's not just about getting healthy, which is very important, but it's about feeling confident and feeling good about yourself. And I know from personal experience, I told you in the beginning about my weight loss journey a little bit. Even after I lost the weight, it took me a really long time to feel confident in my body again, to feel good about myself. And so I think it is really important to all along the way, all along the journey, be working on that confidence portion. Because if you're not working on that side, you can lose all the weight and you'll find that you didn't get what you were looking for. You lost the weight, but you don't feel better. And so that's why I think it's a really important element as well, not just for helping you stay on track, but for helping you get where you want to be, which is feeling confident, feeling good about yourself. Okay? All right, guys, that is my 5 strategies. for fat loss while building confidence and crushing your goals. If you hopped on later in the broadcast, be sure that you go back and watch from the beginning, because we have that bonus, that sixth strategy that I shared in the beginning. Now, I told you at the very beginning of the broadcast that I have a really exciting announcement. Okay, so here is the announcement. I have a brand new program that is going to be launching in December, and it is going to be a beta group. So it's going to be a very small group of people. We're going to be starting December 4th. And so I want to keep that group really small because I want to really be engaged with each of you individually, really see what works for you, really help you move forward towards those goals. I'm so excited for this program because it incorporates all of these elements that I just talked about. That is how I found success personally. And I know it's how I can help you be successful. With the program, you're going to have a coaching call with me each week. So that is to help keep you on track, have your questions answered, have that accountability. This is something that I did when I worked in corporate wellness, and it works really, really well for people. You're going to have an accountability group, so have that supportive community that we talked about. You're going to have your nutrition plan. You're going to have really awesome exercises. I've been testing them out, and they are so fun. You're going to have the whole roadmap laid out for you. I'm going to be getting on Facebook Live every week with the group to answer questions. So it's not only bringing all of these elements together, but just really want to give you that support and help you to be successful. Okay. So if this sounds interesting, be sure that you get on my email list. I will put the link in the comments below because registration will be opening up for that really soon here. Like I said, limited spots. It is going to be at a really deep discount. It is a 6-week program. And it's only going to be $75 for 6 weeks. And that is with coaching calls with me each week, with the whole program laid out for you. And it is at that deep discount because I want your feedback. This is the beta group. So I want you to talk with me. Let me know, hey, what works well with the program? What can we do better? That's my thank you to you for hopping on with that first round. Okay, so that is coming up. I am super excited. Be sure, if you're watching the replay, to post any questions that you have. I am going to go through and read those comments. And also, if you are interested in that program, I'm going to put my link to the email list below. Make sure that you get on that list so that you know when registration opens. Like I said, it's going to be very limited, very small group, and it is going to be amazing. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a happy Halloween. Get out there and have some fun, and I'll see you guys next week.